Hello, scrapbookers. This is Megan, and I am back today with a humongous layout chair. So, this is going to be from March 31st all the way back to the beginning of this year. So, the last 3 months of scrapbooking, and that includes COVID vacation. Not, I don't want to say vacation, but I got COVID, and so I had to stay home for a week, and then I had surgery and I stayed home for another week. And so I had a lot of spare time in the last few months. So I'm going to try to show you, lift up this pile. Are so many layouts here, and this isn't even all of the layouts that I've created. Because I already have put away a bunch of them in my 6x8 album for last year, and some pocket pages that I was just trying to get them done. I wasn't even doing them to make them pretty or anything. I was just trying to get them done. So we're going to start off with March 30th, the very last sketch from Christie's 30 Days of Sketches. And this one is actually made by Christy. So that is the sketch she made, and this is the layout that I made that was inspired by her sketch. And I really love how this one turned out. All the mixed media and everything was super fun to play with. So that one was for Christy's sketch. This one is actually a double page. Okay, so this one has a couple different meanings. So I got my Close to My Heart kit this month, and it was a new collection called In Full Bloom, and I was so excited to use it, but my month kind of got away from me, and I never was able to use it. But then I got talking with my Close to My Heart friends, like the other ladies that are consultants along with me, and I asked them if they would do a hop with me. Well, Becky was the only one that was available to actually do the hop with me, and so I made this side of the layout, and she scrap lifted this layout that I made. And I used my Close to My Heart goodies. She used Close to My Heart goodies, and it was super fun. And yeah, we're actually going to start making it a thing where we do Close to My Heart hops from now on, like once a month. So I'm super excited about that. So then for the second page of this, because I knew I only had room on this layout for 2 photos, but I had 4 more photos from this same story. So what I decided was I was going to use this sketch from March 22nd, and this is also Christie's 30 Days of Sketches challenge. And this one was made by Ronnie Sue Scrapper. But immediately when I saw this sketch and I saw this collection that has all of these film strips and things, I was like, oh, I have to use this sketch with this, like these photos in this kit. So I was super excited that it worked out, and I absolutely love how it turned out. And it was so fun to use one of my own layouts and then a sketch and make it a 2-pager. It's like so random, but it still flows because it's all one collection. So I was super excited, and I really, really loved both of these layouts. Okay, then day number 16. Oh, crap. Whoops. That kind of stinks. Oh, that's sad. Oh well, that's okay. So day 16, this one was by Janet Fritz. And also, I was going through some old Close to My Heart kits, and this huge heart cut apart was in one of the kits that I had, and I hadn't used it yet. And I knew that I had this sketch coming up on March 16th. So this layout I made for 30 days of sketches for March 16th. And I really love how this came out. This is one of my favorite photos of Tinian from this whole like trip vacation event sequence thing. Okay, so then I believe this was day 13, I think. So this layout I made for day 13, and it called for a doily, but I didn't use a doily. I just used some old ephemera, and I just really loved these photos of my dad and his husband. And so I made this one for day 13, but then I decided to add a second page for this one, and I really like how this one came out too. Okay, then this is March 11th. So this sketch is by, I'm not sure who this one was by. I think this one was by someone on Pinterest. So she found this layout, or this sketch on Pinterest, and I actually changed it to work for me. So it's supposed to look like this. But since I had 4 photos going this way, going landscape, I decided to move the sketch around so that this would work for me. So I have my 3 photos, 2 little tiny photos. I don't know if you can see that. And then, so that's the first page. And then the second page, I kind of went a little bit off and just decided to do my own thing. I do have the 2 4x6 photos and a little tiny photo up here, goes right there. But then here I added another photo. And then, because this was a little awkward for me to figure out how to do like the sideways, I just decided to do them straight. And I just did like a collage of pattern paper and then photos. And I really love how this one turned out. This was a lot of fun to make. And for this one, I used the old Snow and Cocoa collection. Okay. Then I have on March 10th, this was using my March kit from scrapbookingstore.com. And this is actually one of my favorite layouts that I've made. I really, really love how this one turned out. So this was the sketch, and I don't remember who made this one. It says Lizaveta's sketch. So I really liked that sketch, and so I used my Creative Memories circle cutters, and I made this layout, and it was so fun to make this layout. It's called Celebrate and Shine. This was July 12th, 2018, when I found out I got the job at my current job. Okay, so March 9th. This one I think is a Bella Boulevard sketch. So I turned it to go this way, totally made it just work for me, and I like how mine turned out. Yeah, compared to this one, it's a lot different, but I really like my layout. And that one was using my March scrapbooking store kit as well. Okay, this one was day number 8, I believe, and this was a sketch by Suze Lee. I always love her sketches, but this was inspired because I was trying to use up some old embellishments and things, and I had these 2 photos that were the perfect size to just go right here. I'm sorry I don't have the sketch with me to show you what her sketch was. But all of these videos that were for 30 days of sketches do have a process video on my YouTube channel. So just go backwards and you will find it. Like I said, I believe this is day 8. Okay, I'm getting like really hot in my sweatshirt. So I needed to take it off. Sorry. Okay. So this is March 7th, and this one was a sketch from Page Maps, and it only called for 6 photos, but I decided instead of putting my title here, I was going to put it over here by this photo. So that gave me an extra place to put another photo. And I still have more of these photos to scrapbook. They're actually sitting to the left of my desk right now, which is just insane. I take way too many snow photos when we would go sledding and stuff, but I really loved this. This is also using snow and cocoa and using up some old stash. This one was really fun to make. Okay, this one is, I don't remember who this one was by, but this is for March 6th, and I did stick with the 2-page idea, and I absolutely love how this layout turned out. So, one of my amazing besties, she got cancer about, oh goodness gracious, this was, I think this was 2018. Was this 2018? I don't quite remember. It might have been 2016. She had gotten cancer 5 years before this, and she beat it, and she's pretty awesome and amazing and a fighter. And so she actually moved out of town soon after she got cancer. And I was really sad because she was like my best friend. Like, she was my rock, even when she was going through cancer. Like she was my lifeline, and she was just amazing. Like, even though she was the one going through stuff, she was there for me as well as a best friend. So anyway, she's really strong and amazing, and this layout was just perfect for her 5-year celebration party. So she came back to town because her family is from around here, so she comes back all the time to visit. But this year she came back and they did like this big old tea party. Like, they rented out this house, and the people at the house, like they make it like these old time, I don't even know what era it's supposed to be from, but they have like hats and dress up clothes and stuff that you can go and get dressed up in and put the hats on and enjoy your tea and your strawberry salad and your summer sandwiches. And of course they give you a fan that you can use just for the event, and everybody has a place setting. And then there were some little goodies that I think Carlin's mom put together. But anyway, so this was from her 5-year cancer-free party, and it was so fun going and just seeing all of the people just celebrating her life and the fact that she beat cancer. So this photo is missing. I know exactly what photo I'm going to put there, but for some reason I could not find it. It was not with these photos, and I was like, that's so weird. So I know that I have a photo of me and my bestie standing outside the house with our little tea hats on and stuff, and so I am going to put that photo there. But this collection, which is, oh goodness, I can't even remember, Fresh Bouquet, I think, from Maggie Holmes. This was the perfect collection for this layout, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Okay. At the rate we are going, I'm like gonna take an hour showing all of these to you, so I apologize. Okay, so this was March 5th, and I don't remember who this is from. There was a big controversy over this sketch, so I don't even want to give these people credit because, you know what? F them. Anyway, we're not going to dwell on that. This is what I decided to make. And you want to know what I figured out after I made this layout? So I thought this was a file folder. I don't know if you can see it, but apparently it's not a file folder, it's a cartridge. It's supposed to be a cartridge for a video game because it came in this Mario video game set that I bought from my friend Shadney, and she's so amazing. And I was like, why did I think at the time when I was scrapbooking that this was a file folder or file holder or something? Like, of course it was a cartridge to go into a game system, right? Oh my gosh. I think I was doing the voiceover, or maybe I was like, I don't know if I was going through these layouts or something, and that's when I realized, oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. So Shadney, if you're watching this, laugh at me and just enjoy this silliness, because that was kind of stupid of me that I didn't even think about it being a cartridge. But I put the date on it, so I mean, it worked as a file folder. Anyway, so this is Brennan, Tinian, and then one of Brennan's little friends when he was in 6th grade, I believe. She came over to hang out and play Mario Kart with Tinian and Brennan. And I really like this one. I thought it was cute and simple. Okay, this is March 4th. Oh, wait, let's see. Yeah, March 4th. Yes, okay. So this is March 4th. This one is by Brenda Rogsdale. I absolutely loved the circles. I cut them out with my silhouette. And this is my February kit from the Scrapbooking Store Kit Club. And I really love this. This is the wood veneer and the sequins are from an old collection of sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. But this is my brother, my little brother, who's not so little anymore. And this was his first little baby back in, oh gosh, 2016? I don't even remember, you guys. I'm awful. So that is another one of my favorite layouts from this year. Okay, March 3rd, and this one was made by Laura Rumble. And of course, I had to add a little bit of a cluster up here with these gorgeous Prima flowers. And I did some mixed media. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a shine to it. So that is some glaze from... oh dear goodness, Sizzix. But I really had a lot of fun with this one. I think this was the first time that I had used a mixed media in like forever. So it was a lot of fun to play. Okay, then we'll go with day number 2. So this is day number 2 from 30 Days of Sketches. Wonderful party. And this was when my husband's parents brought over his new car after we bought it. So we didn't even get to test drive it or anything because it was 5 hours away from us, but it was close to his parents. So we asked his parents to go and test drive it for him, and they fell in love with it. They thought it was the coolest car. And then I love these photos of Jonas and Tinian in the back of Mark's car, because they could both fit in the back of his car, even with their legs outstretched. Like, that's how big the back is, which is just really cool. So that was day number 2. And then day number 1. So this was a sketch by, I think it was Lisa, who has her own Facebook group. I believe it's called Scrap a Sketch. I could be wrong, but I'll try to remember to leave links below. So I pulled out this Fresh Bouquet collection, and this was the first layout that I made with it. And you guys, I was so happy and excited with it. I think this was actually the first layout that I made this year. let's see. I have a list. Okay, so you guys, I'm crazy. But this is my 2022 layouts that I am keeping track of. Okay, so it actually was not the first layout of the year. Silly me. Anyway, 2020 beautiful. It was actually my 9th layout of the year. But every month I am keeping track of, whoops, stuff is falling. I should probably glue those back on. I'm keeping track of all the layouts that I make in a month. So in January, I made 35 layouts. In February, I made 50 layouts. Is that, yeah, 50 layouts. In March, I only made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then so far this month, I've already made 2. I did not write down the second one that I made. And then also, I got this from someone on one of the Facebook groups, and I thought it was awesome, and I really loved it. So it was really fun to color in all of February and January. March was not as successful, but that's okay. April, I'm going to rock it. I'm going to pick it back up. But this is how I am keeping track, because I thought it would be kind of fun to keep track. You can see that I have like so many December daily, or not December daily, but pocket pages and things. When I do pocket pages, I don't usually record the title in my like booklet, just because it's easier not to. Okay, so this one's called 2020 Beautiful, and I also made this for a challenge in my dear friend Victoria Marie's virtual crop. Okay, so this is actually my sketch from March 31st. I kind of added myself on to Christy's little 30 days of sketches at the very end, and we were celebrating my 8 years of being on YouTube. So I made a sketch and I posted it in the Instagram and YouTube Hop group that's on Facebook. I'll try to remember to leave a link below. If you want to join that group, just go ahead and use the link below. It's a great group and a lot of fun to get to know a lot of different ladies and to do a lot of different hops and things. Anyway, so I made a sketch for them, and I also challenged them to use 8 items, which is really funny because I didn't use the 8 items. I think I used some of them, but I kind of had just totally spaced the 8 items thing. But I thought it would be kind of fun because somebody suggested doing a grab 5 challenge, and I was like, hey, that's a great idea, but let's do a grab 8 because it's my 8-year scrapbooking YouTube scrapiversary. So this is the layout that I made, and I absolutely love it. This collection is the Christmas collection. I think it's called Joyful, is it? From Cocoa Vanilla from this last year, and I just bought some of it from Peace Craft Love, who she is actually the sponsor of my 8-year celebration. So make sure you go and watch this video from March 31st and leave a comment on my video. I would love to know if you are a YouTuber and how long you have been a YouTuber, a scrappy YouTuber, or if you're not a YouTuber, how long have you been scrapbooking for, and what is your favorite part of scrapbooking? So this one is probably another one of my favorite layouts. This collection is so gorgeous. I made the sketch, and then after I made the sketch, I was doing my unboxing of everything that I got from Peace Craft Love. Because I went and placed an order with her so that I could rave even more about her store. And this paper just totally was like, la! I could not believe it. It fit my sketch so amazingly. And so I just used my X-Acto knife to cut out these flowers, and it worked. And I love this layout. Okay, Now we're moving on to just randomness. This was using an old Close to My Heart summer collection. I participated in Victoria Marie's virtual crop for February, and that one was to dive into your old kit collections or collections that you never used. And so I kind of did both. This was an old summer collection. I believe it was called Good Vibes or Summer Vibes or something like that. And I really liked this summer collection, but I still had a little bit left. So it was perfect to scrapbook some of these summery on the water photos from my husband's work retreat. This one is actually a really special one. This was made for my patrons for last month, and I absolutely love how this one turned out. If you didn't know, I am on Patreon, and I do create over there on a monthly basis. I actually just came back, so if you would like to check that out, make sure you check out the links below in my description. And also at the end of this video, I always place a link to my Patreon as well. So this was the third layout that I made for my patrons for last month. So if you would like to become a patron, depending on how much money you want to spend a month, you get different exclusive videos and things. For the month of April, I am doing a special where you get a free mini class for the whole month of April, no matter what tier you sign up for. So even if you do just the $5 tier, which normally you have to pay $15 to get the class every month, but this month, if you sign up for the $5 tier, you can get it for only $5. So, and then that way you can kind of try it out and see if you like it or not. Okay, this layout is called Here Comes Middle School. I made this layout for a scrapbooking store live for the month of February. And this one was really fun. I used a sketch for this one as well. I think everybody knows how much I love sketches, so they're always creating sketches for me to use over at the scrapbooking store. But I thought this one was super fun. Brennan was getting ready to go to middle school. I believe this was like orientation right before, like right at the end of his 6th grade year. So 6th grade is still in elementary school here. And then 7th and 8th grade is middle school. And then 9th through 12th is high school. Okay, this one, I think I created this one for my patrons. I don't quite remember. That's awful, isn't it? I think I did. So this one is just my goals for 2022. Sorry, I got this from Shadney, and I absolutely love it. But I really love how this layout turned out. I think this was the second layout that I made using the Maggie Holmes Fresh Bouquet collection. Okay, then this one was for a Follow a Sketch February with my friend Sandy Reversky, who is also State Goddess. And I absolutely love how this layout turned out. This was a 6x8. Her sketch was, I believe, for a 12x12. I don't quite remember. But I really like how mine turned out. Okay, here is another Close to My Heart layout. I made this in February using the Sawyer collection, which was such an amazing collection because it had purples and pinks and mint and yellow and just, it was gorgeous. And I absolutely love how this layout turned out. And this one was also for a sketch challenge. This one was for Sketches Reimagined, I believe, with Sarah back in February. And this one, I don't remember. This is an old one. super duper old. It's like seriously 2 or 3 years old. I started it by cutting out the cut file, and then I picked out the photos and I printed them off, and then they literally sat on my desk for 2 years. I'm not even joking. So I really like how this one turned out. It's a very crazy, but the moment is fun because of what Tinian's doing. He's just running around jumping like a crazy person. Okay, we're only halfway done. I think I might have to turn this into well, some of these I think are last year's. So I think we might be more than halfway done. Yeah, some of these are from last year or 2 years ago, because that's how bad I am. Okay, so this one was also for a Follow a Sketch February. I really love this one. Whoop. I used a bunch of Spiegelmom scrap sequins up on this one, which was super exciting to do. And I also used a homemade kit for this one. And there is a layout process video for that. This is also Follow a Sketch. I'm not sure what day, but it was super simple and easy to make. And this layout is one of my absolute favorites from February. So I was in the Dottie About Flair Facebook group, and I saw a layout that encouraged us to use circles. And so I kind of scrap lifted her idea. I think it was Kristen Burkhart who posted it, but I absolutely love how mine turned out. It's definitely my own layout and my own style, totally different from hers, but I got the idea from her and it was so fun to play with. And this is another one from the Scrapbooking Store Kit Club for February. So was that last one too. So this one was called Forever the Artist, and it's me at Tinian's school and helping him make this cute little flower art piece. This one was another fun one. This was, I think this was Follow a Sketch. I don't remember what day it was, but I had these photos of this terror ride. It's called Terror Ride, but only one R. And this was at Lagoon in Salt Lake City area. I think specifically it's in Provo. I don't remember. But anyway, so we used to go here every year, or every spring break. We would take the kids and go just for a day because it's an easy drive. You can drive down in 3 hours, get there, spend, 6 hours walking around, playing, having fun, and then drive 3 hours home. And it's not that bad of a trip. So that's what we did on this day. And Tinian really did not want to go on this scary ride. And so Mark, Brennan, and Jonas stood in line and went on this ride. And Tinian and I were on the sidelines and we were just playing, having fun. I was on my phone. He was just sitting with me and holding my hand and being a cutie. So the name of the layout, I decided the ride line and the sideline. And I was super proud of myself for that title. I really love how this layout turned out. Okay, this one was also Follow a Sketch February. Excuse me. And I just took these 2 photos of me and Tinian playing with this little construction heart that we had cut out for one of his homework assignments. And this one was another favorite. So I think this was day 1 of Follow a Sketch February. But I absolutely had so much fun with this layout. I used some Dottie About Flair, which I'm brand new to, so yay, another place to spend money. My husband is not happy. But I loved the story behind this, and then the title that I think Mark came up with this. I don't remember if I did or if Mark did, but Piper got super duper muddy one day This says January 12th, 2018, and it was in the winter, but it was like the snow had probably started melting, and so she went outside to play and she got so muddy. Like, look at her little sweater. She's so skinny and has barely any hair on her, so we always put her in sweaters from about November through February, sometimes later, just depending on how cold it gets in March. But I absolutely had so much fun with this one. So this one was a lot of fun to do. Okay, Cozy Eve. Now this one I made for the scrapbooking store. This is using my January kit and from this year. So January 2022 kit. And this was our Christmas Eve of, I think it's 2017, because I'm trying to finish scrapbooking that year. Then look at this cutie one. Yeah, these are all from last year. I think I don't know if I ever did a layout share for you guys, but I can show you these. So the last little bit are all from last year. I did do a little bit of scrapbooking because I was on the design team for the scrapbooking store still, and sometimes I would kind of, get back into it and have fun. Okay, so this one is called The Great Outdoors, and this one was using I want to say it was a fall kit, but then it also had some Amy Tangerine puffy stickers in there too. So that was super fun. This one was oh my goodness. This one was so fun. This was the fall kit that we got from them, and I believe it was an Echo Park paper pack. I brought in this orange from my stash, and I just absolutely love how this layout turned out. I believe this was a scrap lift. Then this one was using a vintage collection, and I believe this was a scrapbooking store too. But these are photos of me. Look at cute little me. But that was fun. And then Handsome Boys. I believe this was scrapbooking store. I'm not sure what month, but it looks kind of summery. So maybe like August. Might have been August going into September or something. Then 4th of July. So this was the July kit, of course. And then this was also the July kit. I thought it would be super fun to, Brennan's favorite color is red, and so I just decided that I was going to use this collection because it also had a bunch of like ice cream and just fun little things, and so, yeah, I made a birthday layout. And then I wanted to, because we made a Black Forest cake, and I didn't have the recipe, but I want to make sure that I remember to put the recipe in here, so I'm going to do that. Okay, and this was, I want to say this was April of 2021, and this was using a collection of papers that they made themselves, which was so exciting that they made their own paper collection. But this is just family bowling sesh. This was actually a couple days before I went to go see my scrappy bestie in 2020. We went and hung out at a bowling alley as a family before I left. And this one is, I think this was 2021 January scrapbooking store kit. So this is Tinian and his friend. They were just playing outside our house in the snow. So these are probably going to be all old. And I think some of these are Patreon ones. And some of them are not. So I think I'm going to stop there because this is already long enough. Look at Brennan's hair. This is Brennan when he was, oh gosh, this was probably 2009. 2009. Maybe it might have been 2010. After Tinian was born. But anyway, I just love seeing all these little photos of them. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having a great scrappy week. Bye.